Hello, my name is John Elder and I work for CASService. The purpose of this video is to explain the auto function of our hood controls. Let's start by looking at a control panel, or HMI. When the hood system is off, this is how the HMI will look. If you press the fans on button, the hood system will turn on and the display will change to look like this. The display will also tell you that the fans are on by button, meaning the hood system is operating in the manual mode. If you have an older version of our software, it will not say fans on by button. Only the fans on and light on button will change. The fans will continue to operate in the manual mode until the fans off button is pressed, at which time, if the hood is cool enough, the fans will turn off. But if the hood is still hot, the control will switch to auto mode and continue to run until the hood cools down. With the newest software, the display will say fans on by temp, or if you have an older version, the words fans auto will appear in the middle of the display. Note that if you have our newest software version, you don't have a fans off button, so the hood cannot be turned off until the hood is cool enough to turn off by itself. Now let's look at the auto function in more detail. If you look at this chart, you'll see the room temperature in blue, the hood temperature in green, and the fan on off in orange. The way auto works is, if the hood temperature is above room temperature by whatever the offset is set for, 15 degrees by default, the hoods will come on and run for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, if the temperature is low enough, the fans will turn off. If you notice that when the hood temperature rose to 15 degrees above the room temp, the fan turned on and ran for 30 minutes, even though the temperature had dropped below room temperature. Now let's look at another scenario. In this case, the hood temp rose to 15 degrees above the room temp, so the hood system turned on like normal. However, we use a 2-degree hysteresis to start the 30-minute timer. Let me explain how this works. Let's say that the room temperature is 70 degrees. When the hood temperature rises 15 degrees, which would be 85, the hood will turn on. When the temperature drops to 83 degrees, the 30-minute timer will start. And as long as the temperature stays at 83 degrees or less, after 30 minutes the hood will turn off. In systems where there are multiple hood probes, the probe reading the highest temperature will determine if the hood stays on or not. In some cases, this 2 degrees can be achieved while cooking is happening, so that you will notice that the hood will turn off for a few seconds at random times. Some possible causes for this may be insufficient cooling in the kitchen, so the kitchen gets hot during cooking. Or maybe the room temp sensor is mounted in a poor location, like on the ceiling or near a piece of equipment where it's going to read hot. If this on-off cycle becomes a problem, the hood can be run in the manual mode by pressing the fans on button while the hood is off, which will make the hood run continuously regardless of temperature, until the fans off button is pressed. At which time, if the hood is cool enough, it will turn off, but if not, it will continue to run until the hood cools down enough to turn off. If manual mode is not desirable, you can call the tech support line at 1-866-784-6900 or email support at CASService.com.